For the Penguins, this trip to Nashville has been nothing but a honky-tonk heartbreak. They lost Game 3 5-1, Game 4 4-1, and now return home with the Stanley Cup Final Series tied at 2 games apiece. Hi, I'm Trib columnist Kevin Gorman here with Penguins beat writers Jonathan Bombulie and Bill West. And JB, obviously one of the topics of conversation leading up to Game 5 is going to be goaltending.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of discussion about it. And I think it's important to sort of frame the discussion like this. At this point, based on what they've done over the regular season this year, last year, and in the playoffs, Matt Murray is the #1 goaltender for this team. So, and Marc-Andre Fleury is the #2 goaltender. There will be people who will be advocating for Fleury to start Game 5. And I think it's important just to realize that while there are times where it's appropriate to start your #2 goaltender, it sends a message when you do. And so if that's what you're advocating, just know that this is a significant step, starting your #2 over your #1.
And you're also sending a message that maybe you're perhaps happy with your defense, and I'm not quite sure, Bill West, that that's the case for the Penguins.
No, in fact, for Coach Mike Sullivan, he feels the defense is really more responsible for the goals given up that we've seen than goaltending. But there's not a whole lot he can do about that. In fact, he called the defensive performance simple after Game 4, not really a ringing endorsement. But he's also playing the hand that he's been dealt right now. He acknowledged no one can come close to doing what Chris Letang does. The guys that have been a little more dynamic, maybe they're too banged up or maybe they're just questioning themselves. But right now, he needs his forwards to do as much as possible. We're talking about the stars, the role players. They need to outscore teams in true shootout fashion because their blue line is not dynamic enough to hang with what Nashville's putting out there on the ice.
And speaking of the stars, pay attention to what you hear and not so much what you see, because the Penguins believe that they're very close to breaking this back open. So for all of the Penguins' most comprehensive coverage, follow us at TribLive.com.